Hello guys and welcome to another quick news update. Emphasis on the word quick because sometimes they have to be quick and I'm trying to get quicker. This is update 2 or 3 of patch 3 to the pre-patch patch line. Oh, I need to lie down after that. It's getting complicated this is. Without further ado, let's quickly skim over the patch notes and pick out any noteworthy pieces. Let's move on to the headline features. So first up we've got added avatar presets, edit, save and swap between up to 10 avatar customizations. Yeah, I found this really nice because now you don't have to force yourself just to look like you're wearing heavy armor. These presets, along with being able to hide your armor pieces, gives players a lot more flexibility as to how they're going to look in the game, and having 10 of them is really nice. You can rename them as well as you wish and delete or recreate when you need them, so there's a lot of scope here for changing how your character looks. Really nice change. So added new fire spread system, fluid ticker and Goblin Flamethrower. So you'll see some of this in the background in the video. Really fun. It's only in creative for the time being. I think they're tweaking it and testing it to see whether they want to unleash this on the main exploration mode. Time will tell. I personally found it pretty fun. It's quite short range. The tick damage of fire doesn't kill enemies too quickly, but the direct damage does quite a lot of damage to them, so that's where it's kind of balanced. Short range, high damage. Should it be introduced to the main game? I don't see why not. As long as it's kept in balance, it doesn't, allow players to just destroy everything, because where's the fun then if it's the go-to for everything? And then we have added bed sleeping notifications. Good if you're in a multiplayer game. Notifications and sound effects now play when other players attempt to sleep. Expanded avatar customization options. 2 new additional eye shapes. 2 makeup variations. And I won't go to all these, but there's several new haircuts here. Most importantly, there's new facial hairstyles. The Viking beard, essential for any game, so it's good to see that one's in there. And there's a few other things. Headgear, hairbands, skirts, sneakers, and there's a couple of new ore variations. Added black and red iron colour variation for metals. Always nice to get a bit more variation in there. And there's a few other miscellaneous bits about font support, readability, and things like that. And some checks to make sure backup handling is working well and how to handle corrupted worlds. So obviously you can pause this here if you want to look into this in more detail, but we're going to move on. So for the content updates, we've got added complex spawn locations in the Taiga region, especially in their rivers. Several new lime blocks, interesting, and stalactites. Improved weather effects for Zone 1. Don't know how they've improved it, but we'll have to look out for that. Some of the transitions were a bit harsh. Maybe they've tweaked those a little bit. Some notes on standard spawn markers. Added the T2 furnace. New model, textures, and animations. Updated visuals for T1 furnaces. So as you'll see here, so it's a pretty subtle change. There's a slight texture variation, but it's good that it's changing from the different upgrade tiers so you can visually see it. And the other thing I noticed, the tier 2 furnace puts out a bit more smoke from the top. Looks a bit different, but that's about all I really noticed. Mr. Foxy here is enjoying the nice warmth of the new tier 2 furnace, so it's all good. There's a note here on improved fluid mount and crafting systems, and improved multiple modules, teleporter, NPC reputation, NPC objectives, farming memories, camera and bed. So those are a bit cryptic. I mean, how have they been improved? I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll see. Could use a bit more detail here, but maybe they're just small little changes. We'll see. Optimize client asset sizes, reducing and keeping the file sizes of the game under control. That's nice to see as an ongoing task. Added randomized hitbox offsets. Not entirely sure what that is. Dough now produced using refillable tankard. I don't know what I think about this one. Making dough in a tankard, it seems a bit random to me. I can understand maybe, you're mixing flour and water together, but in a tankard? Interesting change. Tankard now crafted via farming bench. Klopp's merchant no longer trades signs. Oh, what a drastic change that is. I'm not sure I agree with that. Integrated new Outlander village environment, refactored encounters across all zones, added new encounter environments, Zone 3 chalk, Zone 4 village and forest, Zone 4 non-forest and non-swamp biomes. Yeah, it's nice to see that they're adding more variety to the spawn and enemy spawns. That's always good to see. Makes exploring more interesting, that's for sure. Modding and tools. So I'm not going to go over all these because some of them are quite technical and a bit of a mystery to me. But you can pause this and take a look if modding is something you're interested in. It's nice to see they're continually dating these. WorldGen V2 added exact rotation support for materials. Sounds good for those OCD picky people like me who like to get things in the perfect spot. Added bound position provider for spawn meshes. Not entirely sure what that is. Added Y sample density node. Performance optimization for WorldGen V2. Always nice to see. And added configurable spawn positions for portal biomes. Very nice for those world designers out there. UI and user experience. improvements. Added window size option in video settings. Updated feedback interface. Bug reports separated from other feedback. I'm guessing because they're getting bombarded. Warps are now sorted alphabetically in Teleporter UI. Added layer command. Applies layering in selected areas. Nice. This could be for bigger servers perhaps, where you can change from one layer to another. Unless I've got this completely wrong. That's my understanding. Updated paste tool. Hold down key support, undo and redo. Very nice. Smoother multi-directional movement. Reduced context menu background opacity. Updated player spawn and home icons. Improved world map marker text clarity. Cleaned up text and fixed def messages. And finally, implemented hide from tooltip in entity stat type. Whatever the heck that is. Good to see they're continually tweaking the UI and user experience to make it better. And finally, we've got bug fixes and other improvements. Now, I'm not going to read through this. You can pause it here if you like, if you want to dig in deeper. Suffice to say, there's plenty of fixes going on here to all aspects of the game, and it's nice to see they're continually improving things, cleaning up after themselves as they go, so we're keeping the game in good shape. So with that all being said, I'm sure there's another pre-patch coming out later this week, which will be part 3 of 3, and hopefully this will round up ready for a release of patch 3 to the main live branch, possibly next week. Fingers crossed. So as always, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.